Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome to a very special session where we're doing together with the EU versus virus community and data natives, more like an inspiration serving for future hackers. My name is Elena Pugia. I am here as the head of community together with Dolly for the EU versus virus, but also wearing a second hat. I'm here as the CEO of Data Natives, and we're running a hackathon. And after this very positive, successful story that we've done with EU versus virus, I thought that would be a great example for future hackers to see exactly how they can do it. So we have asked a couple of the winners from the hackathon to come and to present their story, to tell us what they've achieved through the hackathon, what they've done before, what they're doing now, where they are, and generally connect with the audience and let them know what's going on. So, Dolly, hi.
Hello, Elena. Hi, everyone.
Yes, would you like to say some words as well?
Absolutely. It's great to be here, and it's amazing to actually listen to these success stories that only started in May. So to actually join any hackathon, all you need is a good idea, good team, good platform, and great community behind you, and then you're set to go. And all these startups were ideas just a few months ago, and now look at them.
Exactly. And what do we do together, Dolly, for these teams?
Well, apart from having fun as community managers, we actually support this community, this amazing, talented community. We offer support, we offer advice, we offer guidance. Sometimes we're mentors, but most importantly, we keep this community together to make an impact in society. Making an impact means new innovative ideas that serve the community. So our job, Elena and myself, is to create a EIC, EUvsVirus community, and to maintain that community through startups and through linkage between startups and partners. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so. Just to say that for the ones that don't know and they are just tuning in for the first time, which I think is impossible, basically Dolly and I were both part of this EU versus virus massive hackathon that took place last April, May. It feels like forever ago, but also just yesterday. We had more than 20,000 participants from Europe and actually even beyond. It was initiated by the European Commission, and 2,000 projects were submitted. And out of those 2,000 projects, there were 120 winners. Then we did a matchathon. Both me and Dolly were involved in different roles. And now we're continuing the journey bridging between the EIC, which is the European Innovation Council, and the community of the EU versus virus. And we are supporting, as Dolly said, in all kinds of ways to help these 120 startups continue their journey, to build their product, their company, connect with potential partners, and spread the word out. So yeah, and we're really happy, as Dolly said, to see what's happening with some of the teams today. So from the data native side, to give you a bit of information as well for the people watching from the EU versus virus platform, basically we also exist about 5 years, and we are a media platform for data scientists and for emerging technologists in general. And we have a community of data scientists of about 8,000 people. And right now we're doing this big event called Data Natives Unlimited. And within it, we have this hackathon. And we had about 500 applicants now. And they're forming teams, they're getting ready, they're trying to resolve some challenges. And we wanted to hear from some of the winners, some of the success stories of the EU versus virus, to see how they've done it, how they won, what they did during the hackathon, and where are they now. So we are already actually 2 minutes late. So I'm going to start with the very first one.
I can't wait. I'll leave you.
Yes, see you in a bit. Marcus, hi.
Hello. So
you're
before
ready.
Before I start my presentation, please feel invited to collect all your questions and ask me in the end. Yeah. Do you see my screen?
Yes. I'm gonna go now and let you for your 10 minutes. I'll be back. You'll see me just a minute before appearing here. Ciao, have fun.
Hello, everyone. I am Sophia. And during this presentation, I want you to collect not only questions why this product is called Sophia, but also how to be successful in starting a business from a hackathon, starting impact innovation from coming from zero, because I can tell you a lot about this. So, but first, let me introduce you to Sophia. Small and medium-sized enterprises are underserved regarding expertise. Have you ever asked yourself as a business, how to write the financial plan? How do I monetize my business? How to set up a server? How to make my tax statement? Which legal entity fits my business best? Yes, these are questions small and medium-sized enterprises and entrepreneurs have in their daily life. Because the full range of expertise is not affordable for small businesses and not available remotely today. But corporates have all of this. They have division, head of divisions, they have head of departments, they have external consultants. They just call and get all their questions answered. This service gap of small and medium-sized enterprises is striking during the pandemic because the pandemic relentlessly exposed this shortage of knowledge. Just look at the headlines here. Even in the run for president in the US, the hottest topic is the shortage of knowledge and future potentials of small businesses. Because right now, this pandemic really showed what's missing for small and medium-sized businesses. And in the end, they are the backbones, or we as entrepreneurs are the backbone of our economy. That's why I'm happy to announce that Sophia closed this gap. By now I can talk in the past tense because Sophia is already up and running since today. We provide guided self-assistant, what should mean you know your problems yourself as an entrepreneur. Focused sessions means I don't want to talk about hours on hours with experts. I just want to ask my question and want help in my specific topic. Online access, yeah, I don't want to travel somewhere. We have a lockdown. So we focused everything in one platform to close this gap of external expertise and make it accessible online as well. So what is your next step of economic growth? Because we are beta launched since today. And that's why you see right here what is accessible for you now for free. Because the EUvsVirus made one thing possible. Not only that big firms like PwC and banks like Erste Group work with small businesses and provide them their expertise. No, it also made possible that they provide it for free to fight the pandemic. And everything you need, every question you have as an entrepreneur could be answered on this specific platform. Because Sophia connects you to the core expertise, to the expert that has the core expertise you need right now for your next step of improvement. You can choose, okay, I want to have help with my business plan. Choose, make your choice. Will I take the bank advisor which offers this service, or the tax consultant, the alternative financier, the marketing agency, the insurance broker, risk management expert, whatever. I have a problem, he or she is offering a solution or expertise in that field. I choose the one that I want to have. But our vision is not ending here with the MVP. In the long run, Sophia should be your personal assistant for collaboration in any form. And in the end, it should make business expertise accessible globally. But let's talk about the MVP and our roadmap. We started the hackathon EUvsVirus in April. We bootstrapped the minimum viable product. For all of those who are not so deep into startup, minimum viable product. The minimum version of your product that really provides already benefits for your customers. We bootstrapped it, another startup word. We made it without money, we made it for free. Because we believed that concept of empowering entrepreneurs can have a positive impact in the whole world, and that it can be monetized very well in the future. So we bootstrapped with a team from 12 to 40 people. Now we're going for organic growth through press and stakeholder support, and then we start monetizing. But this is a quite good business in the end as well. So the addressable market is around 130 millions a year when we make only 1% of our core segment. But we are also focused on sustainable development goals. This comes out of the EUvsVirus. We see it as a great gift to be supported by the Commission and by, for example, Elena and Dolly from the EIC community. We see this as a great gift. That's why we have a great responsibility to improve through our services something in the world out there. That's why we are going for the sustainable development goals, primarily SDG 8, and we are a member of Tech to Impact and the Impact Innovation Alliance. So our team, we went to the hackathon, Johannes and me, but also Matthias and Peter. And now this is the team, the rest of the team that joined us afterwards. Maybe a little insight in hackathon, post-hackathon development. We started the 4 of us, and as we got the great support that we are successful, we were just going out and spreading the news. We were spreading the news. We are among the young winners. We have a solution that is really needed in the market. Please join us, help us with your expertise. And people joined us. Around 40, 50 people contributed to our project in the 4 or 5 months after that. And these are the people that really are still in the company. And I want to remind you, we are still bootstrapping. So that means no investment there to pay them, no revenues there to pay them. So these are the people that dedicate their life or whatever they can provide in time next to their day job to bring this solution to reality and to impact. And our mentors, maybe you have one familiar face here, it's Elena as well. But we have an international mentoring network that comes from, and I will suggest you to find the international mentor network as well. With all these online hackathons, you have no borders anymore. For example, Raju from Bangalore was not more or further away than Paul Peltner from Vienna, which is our neighbor city. But Raju was the only thing that holds us back from calls is the time zone difference. But everything else, it's super easy to collaborate in the whole world. Use international networks of hackathons. We found some of the supporters that are also making their services available on the platform. So that's Sophia, the fast lane to sophisticated business advice. For all of them who ask themselves, why Sophia? It's sophisticated advice. If you have any further question, I'm happy to answer your questions, and I'm happy when you follow and spread the news, because in the end, we are a two-sided marketplace. To provide you the expertise as entrepreneurs you need, we need the experts on the platform as well, and our big corporate partners are right now in onboarding. This will take us a few weeks until we can provide the full service. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marcus, for your presentation and for your tips. I think it's really important for the hackers to understand that this is an opportunity to use a wide network, especially when you do online hackathon. What are the ideas or suggestions would you have for hackathons and for hackers? Like, what was the one key takeaway for you?
So the main takeaway was for me not hackathon typical, it was mentor typical. And this is advice I always want to spread to everyone who wants to hear it. In your local community, when you say you want to start the next Airbnb or the next big thing, people always tell you, you're a little bit crazy when you think that big. But suddenly, in the EUvsVirus mentoring, we found out that there was a mentor that told us the exact opposite. We wanted to start only in Austria. And he said like, okay, but you have a solution that people really need, and you're excluding 400 million fellow Europeans from that solution when you don't think it European-wide. So, and out of this advice, we're coming two things. First, provide a solution that really helps people. Focus on what people need and what could improve their lives on a very big scale. And then think it as flexible and universal, that it's be adaptable all over the world, ideally. Because when you find a way to help people, then why restricting it to your local area?
Great, thank you very much, and well done so far, and congrats on the launch, and looking forward for the next for your next news. So next one is Fabio from Art Hub. Fabio, are you here?
Hi there. Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Hi.
Perfect. Good. Right. So let me try to share my screen as well.
Cool.
Excellent. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes. Perfect. Yes.
Fantastic. So, hi everyone. My name is Fabio, and I am here to talk to you about Art Hub, another of the EUvsVirus project. So what is our vision, our ambition? It's very much a very bold one, and it's the one to redefine the boundaries of live performances and making them accessible to everyone and everywhere. What do we mean by that? We really want to democratize access to arts and culture. I think that what has happened to us is that we've noticed that during the COVID crisis, there was a massive issue with the availability of a place for artists to perform and for audiences to consume the art and enjoy art across the spectrum of all different art types. So it could be music, it could be painting, it could be acting, any kind of type of art. And that has impacted on many different levels. We all know and understand how much art is a fundamental driver for a stimulus for the creativity of of human beings. But on top of that, there's a huge amount of people that depend, whether it's partially or totally, on the income generated by this art performance. And the fact that clearly no one could go out during lockdown or perform, whether it was in open air or in small venues or large venues, it meant that that income was totally kind of withdrawn from the opportunities. So we really feel that we're talking to three key people in this equation. So the artist, as we said, they are confined at home. The audience that want to still enjoy art and learn and assimilate everything from these performances, and also venues. As you can imagine, there's a huge number of venues out there that the livelihood, again, is totally dependent from event happening that are totally stranded and left absolutely out in the cold. So we want to represent our target audience through these slides, and what we want to mean is that if you take the market as a pyramid, we fully appreciate that at the very top of this pyramid, that there are artists that are so well known and worldwide recognized that obviously don't have the challenges of the rest of that world. They can go through the storm. So this is what we kind of evaluated during our exercise, the hackathon. So that these guys, no matter how long probably the COVID kind of restriction will last, they can still absolutely survive and go through it and don't need to do anything. But there is a huge amount of other artists that don't have that luxury. In fact, if you wish, you probably have the largest amount of artists sits under that line. So it sits in that red space, and they depend either fully or partially on the income generated by their performance. We all know that this is happening already, and it's a phenomenon that we've seen, especially during the lockdown. Like artists have embraced things like Instagram, like Facebook Live to perform their artists. But there's one big but. Unless these guys are able to generate millions of views, they are not able to monetize, because these platforms, these existing platforms, have designed to generate revenue for the content creator only if a large volume of views are generated. So there is that problem is not solved. Despite that they can still showcase their art, they cannot fix the monetization problem. So we went live very much during the hackathon itself, and since then we've been able to generate good traction. So we've done, actually this slide is not dated, we've done now 15 different live events. We've been able to collect donation for each event, so validating the fact that people would be able to pay. We've got a good social following that we've been able to create and generate with the activities that we've done. We've got 14 different artists already registered, and that number is growing all the time. We've got more and more shows coming up with the winter season now upon us, autumn and winter season. And the other things that it's incredibly important to us, we very much started these adventures with one core element as a foundation. So we want to be sustainable. And when we talk about sustainability, we don't just talk about environmental sustainability, but we talk also about economical sustainability and social sustainability. So like my predecessors presented earlier on, we very much want to align with the SDG goals. And we've been looking very much at this as a critical aspect of the mission of ArtHub Live. To give an example from a social point of view, we feel that ArtHub could be a great solution for entities like hospitals where kids are staying for very concerning illnesses, where they can access to art, as retired homes for elderly people that cannot travel. We think about how this could be really go and help more and more people around the world. Pretty much like the other guys said, we were very lucky to start all our journey at the EUvsVirus. We then were part of the matchathon process. We also participated in another hackathon in Switzerland, which we won. And very much we are progressing on our plan, which is not easy, but definitely it's an amazing ride. And again, our team, very interesting to can see at the very top, there's 3 of us that are working full time on this project, and Erica at the middle is actually our MVP. Everything started because of Erica. Erica is a soprano, an opera singer, soprano, and is the reason why we started all of this, because she was the exact example of what did not work in the industry. She is a highly renowned opera singer in Italy, singing at La Scala, San Carlo di Napoli. But the moment that everything was shut down, she was not able to do what she loves and what people love her seeing it for. So that's why we created everything around her with the MVP and then took it forward. Another very interesting part, as you can see at the bottom, the additional support. During our process as a startup, we also were introduced and we started working with an entity that is called the We Make Change. So We Make Change offers pro bono services from people that are willing to help projects that have got a very kind of social kind of angle to them. And we were absolutely astounded that since we started working with them, we had more than 70 people that applied to help us out. And these are people across the world with amazing expertise. They're just there to try and help us out to get ArtHub off the ground. We also had partners around the world, very much helping us out day in and day out, from universities to institutions in the art world. Amazon again has been partly supporting us with their services, which is great. We're going to start using them very soon, and other companies that have been part of the ecosystem of the EUvsVirus. So it's great to see how these activities can really leverage and give opportunity to everyone to leverage within that ecosystem. You don't have to look much further to just find the help that is needed to get your idea off the ground. So that's me. A couple of more things that we've done since then. In the meantime, let me try to stop sharing so you can, I guess, see me as well. So last couple of things, we also started working with the Founders Institute, which is an entity that is going to help us take us through what we call the pitch ready. So it's a very kind of intense 14 weeks process. We started and completed a crowdfunding campaign. And we also, again, going forward on our aim to be a very sustainable company, our aspiration is to become a B Corp. So that's, again, it's another very ambitious kind of project. They will take time, but the aspiration is to be part of that network as well. So that's me. Thank you very much for your time. And if you've got any questions, please fire away.
Thank you very much, Fabio. Great to hear your journey and what you've achieved within such a short time as well. From hackathon to hackathon, I think like that could be a good takeaway for the people here, that basically persistence and going from hackathon to hackathon can actually help you. And you guys are now part of the EUvsVirus as well, and you are part of the Founders Institute. So congratulations. And it's good to help people in need right now, like artists. For sure, they still need to find more ways. Artists, among a lot of other professions, have certainly been hit the most, especially the ones that they need to perform live.
Yes, I think that's the key aspect. It's sometimes it's hard to put the focus on, but then during the hackathon, we were able to put the finger on the problem, and that's exactly it. We don't notice because probably the YouTube, the Facebook, the Instagram makes us feel that everyone has got a space to perform and everyone can do it, which is great. Yes, they can. But then when it comes to make a living out of that, unfortunately, it's a bit skewed too much towards those platforms where they rely on these artists to create content, but because this content don't generate necessarily the hundreds of thousands, millions of views, they don't monetize as expected. So that's what ArtHub wants to do totally. It's to flip that concept over his head and recognize the vast majority of the revenue generation back to the artist. It's a key part of our mission.
Great, thanks, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Keep us posted. Next up, Jasmine from Signet Digital. Hi, Jasmine.
Hi.
Hi. We're running a bit late. Sorry about that to everybody. We're pretty much 10 minutes late. The stage is yours, Jasmine. Please let us know about your story and your product. Thank you.
Yep. Okay, thank you. So I'm from Jasmine Hukka from Signet Digital. And we have made a Signet application, Signet app, and with a tagline, trust over anything. So the very, and unlike others that presented before me, we are a little bit older company. So we actually came to the hackathons with a little bit different angle and challenge, because our product kind of lost its premise because the world around it's changed. So we are Signet Digital, registered in Finland, and we actually launched our product development in summer 2018. Currently, we are MVP stage and have already had like $500,000 funding, roughly, up to this point, both private and public. And our application is actually a security product built for ordinary mobile phones. And our basic premise is that security should be always built human-centric, meaning that the actual end user should be in the center when building security applications and corporate security as well. So we have identified that the trust between individuals is actually the key component for any real security wherever you try to build it, because the human and people are on the center of all of this. So Signet app is an mobile application in your pocket to build trust between individuals and use this trust when you want to deliver something that you have to be sure that it's from a specific person and it has not been seen or mangled with during the transportation of that information. So what we do actually as a software product in the phone is equivalent to NATO and EU restricted level security as an application on your phone. And we are currently being audited in Finland for a nationally equivalent classification with this product. So it's not an instant messenger. Our application does not know how to communicate over the internet, because that's the kind of widest scope of threat comes from the ability to actually communicating over the internet. So we have left that out on purpose. We only know how to keep your contacts, so the secure actual keys and the content you want to save from outside people and threat actors. And basically what we do is exchange these keys, so make contact over the close proximity Bluetooth connections when you meet somebody in a physical world. And then you can encrypt and decrypt any content on your mobile phone or bring it from your laptop or anything, your phone, and then encrypt it for a specific recipient. And then you can share this content through any other messaging service, let it be WhatsApp or email or Dropbox or anything basically that can transfer the file to your recipient. So we have made very specific purpose product, and this is the way that we can actually give a very high quality of security guarantees by only using a software in your mobile phone. So then came the coronavirus, and we were actually kind of building our go-to-market at the moment at that point, and our sales pipeline basically fell empty. And the very basic premise, because we built our software on top of the kind of basic how businesses operated. They basically held meetings where people kind of came know each other, and that was kind of the natural way to establish this trust relationship and exchange this contact information. So that's why we kind of linked to that kind of normal human behavior, our application, so that the actual contacts were exchanged when you meet somebody in real world. So that kind of also fell empty, because then everybody had to stay home and work remotely and use video meetings to solve every kind of situations. So one day our application's very kind of fundamental design idea was invalid, just like that. Well, then came EUvsVirus challenge. So we took it as an opportunity for us to adapt our product to the new reality of video meetings. So we kind of decided that, okay, we have to find a way to make the trust establishment work over the video call. So the prototyping took around 24 hours, and in the end, we had a kind of this kind of solution where you can show both of the participants can show their screen and on the video meeting, and the front camera will be used to read the data. It's still encrypted, secured, and this is the way you can kind of both personally verify other person that it's somebody that you will recognize, and that he or she is holding the phone, and then kind of based on that you can decide to establish this trusted relationship, and that's how we basically went with it. So at the end, we placed third in fight against crime category. It boosted our story, which gave us kind of easy new leads. And for our surprise, we got a national grant for this coronavirus-related product development. So we are currently using that money to advance our product and finalizing this pairing over video feature. And we have had a lot of traction in Finland during the late spring and summer, which was kind of surprising. So we kind of re-established our sales pipeline during the summer, even when there was like a lot of summer vacations going on. And from this point on, we are looking for next round of funding to accelerate the sales, and also potential customers and piloting partners all over to Europe, preferably at this stage. So thank you very much. I hope it was short enough.
Thank you. No, it was perfect timing, actually. You have a couple of minutes left. So thanks very much for sharing your story and for letting us know exactly how you pivoted, actually, your product. And it's also, I think that the category that you won is pretty, you know, it's a socially important to fight against crime in this type of, in this time and age. So from your point of view, what would you suggest to anyone who's participating in any hackathon today? What would be your key takeaway?
Well, just because kind of hackathons are these kind of environments that bring very different kind of people together. You can also, like, we were participating with our own team, but you can also gather very different kind of people. So I would suggest that you could also try to make something impossible happen, because you never know what you can actually accomplish when you set to it in a certain specific time frame with crazy ideas, and then just go with it. Yeah,
someone actually said, one of the mentors yesterday said that hackathons are projects on steroids, and it can help you bring your genius out, which, yeah, I think so as well. It's the best way, like under time pressure, you bring your best self out of it. But yeah, good, congratulations on what you've managed to build, and thank you very much for sharing your story, and looking forward to hearing more in the future from what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jasmine. Next up, Bogdan from Future App Lab. Bogdan, are you here?
Yes, I am. Hi, everyone. I'm going to share my screen now. Hope you can see it.
Yes, we can see it, yeah.
Oh, perfect. So really happy to be here. I will try to be as fast as possible since we're also running a bit late. So I might not need to take 10 minutes just so we ensure we have a smooth flow. So I'm happy to present where we are with Future App Lab and with our progress so far, coming out of the hackathon, then going through the matchathon and the work that we've been up to over summer. And happy to say that we're live with the platform ready to be piloted. Just a few days ago, we were able to do that. And starting now, we're able to look for partner schools to start trialing out our self-development platform. Essentially, Future App Lab is trying to empower teachers with various personal development, mindset development, and coaching tools in order to empower themselves, but also to help them with doing a good job during school and helping their students thrive, especially during difficult times. What problem we're trying to solve, essentially, aside from the obvious one, which is the stress and the mental well-being. Even before COVID, reports showed that a very large majority of teachers felt stressed, and almost half of them were considering to leave the profession, at least in the last 2-3 years. I would imagine that right now the numbers would be much higher, especially if you would do another global study. We haven't done that, but talking to teachers in 8 countries, everyone can pretty much agree that stress is huge. But aside from that, the problem that was there even before COVID was the fact that teacher professional development tools were ranking really low in satisfaction, in engagement, and effectiveness. And a lot of teachers were reporting that they felt different professional development tools were not really what they were looking for, especially in terms of flexibility, time-efficient tools, and providing tools that are customizable, and especially allowing them to do that at their own pace. So the solution we came up with is to tailor a platform where we provide micro content on various topics. And I'm going to talk a bit later about what these topics are. But essentially focusing on micro content that's optimized for completion. And it's also well documented that micro content actually helps learning transfer by at least 15%. In some cases, you can find higher numbers. Aside from that, the way we want to help teachers self-reflect and enable themselves to apply knowledge is through a tailored process of automated coaching, which we've optimized with professional coaches, and also testing it to make sure that it's the right balance and the right fit, both during a normal day, but also for a specific time length that enables teachers to stay committed to the process. Because if you put out the process where you have to stick to it for a month or more, then we all know how that's going to go, probably from our own experiences sticking to gym plans and diet plans and many other life plans that we had. So we're really trying to find that gap where with a bit of time that you dedicate, you actually help yourself get a really long way. And aside from that, also offering class activity inspirations that upon completion of the micro content and the automated coaching, then teachers can also get some monthly inspiration of how else and what else they could develop on. During the hackathon, we got really far with the idea, managed to do the initial validation, and the help that came out of that through different mentors was really invaluable because it helped us get to where we are today. What we've done so far is doing various desirability validation now in 8 countries. So Denmark, UK, US, India, Romania, Spain, and Greece, I believe, if my memory is not, yeah, Greece. We've also managed to get a collaboration with a non-executive director who's also an ICF coach, and we've reviewed our content and coaching with 3 other coaches, 2 of them being former teachers and also self-coaching expert, and that really helped us evolve our product to where it is today. So we're live today with a selection of courses focusing on emotional intelligence, busting self-limiting beliefs, and stress management and coping strategies as 3 modules that are already available. And what we're looking to get into soon is a number of other courses, for example, looking into collaboration, communication, critical thinking, creativity, and the list also goes a bit on. So where we are today is that we're ready with the first iteration with a 1.0 launch over the rest of the months until the beginning of next year. The key focus will be essentially on sales, trying to get as many schools as possible into the pilot. We're heavily focused on the UK, US, and India at this stage, but we're open to also onboard teachers from other places as well, so long as they are okay with the fact that we only provide the content in English. And we're also looking to expand topics to other things, gender inclusivity, gender bias, resilience, which are huge topics and have been for quite a while, also before COVID. And then also the type of topics which are more particular to what you would call the 21st century skills as well. And I also wanted to take a chance to give a big thumbs up both to the organizing team of this event and their dedication through the hackathon, but also to two of the mentors which came out of the matchathon process, and the EIC business mentor, Chris, who really made a big difference in helping us get this far. It's really been invaluable. So I don't know if you're watching or not, but big thumbs up and thank you. And where we are now in terms of needs is, of course, we're very happy to get as many schools on board as possible and start piloting phases. So if anyone who's listening, anyone in the audience or organizing this, if you have any tips, contacts, then please reach out to myself, and happy to take it from there. So thank you very much.
Hello? Hello?
Elena?
Yes?
Yeah.
Hi. Bogdan?
I think something froze because I can't find my menu with Zoom anymore.
Okay. We can see, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, we can see your presentation. Okay, well, thank you very much, Bogdan. Have you finished? I'm sorry, I was, I think it was a bit earlier than I was expecting, so I was not,
Yes, I have finished. I said I will go through
Right.
quickly since we're all. So,
yeah, but my alarm did not go off, and yeah. Well, thanks very much for letting us know about your journey so far and what have you achieved. And as far as I know, also when we were chatting yesterday, you told me that that basically has been a big learning opportunity to how to work with people and collaborate essentially. And right now, I understand you're also looking for new collaborators. Is that correct?
Yes, and actually yesterday I've had some positive dialogues with someone who is happy to jump on board as well in the team, and hopefully it materializes during next week. And I think for everyone who's listening, I want to stress the importance of having a strong team. So all of you who have that, it's a huge asset. So ensure that you take the time and the focus to nurture that, because it's really, really important.
And all the opportunities that have come for you as well, right? And of course, like learning how to work with people, exactly, like collaborators is very important, but you know, you build a team, you lose a team, and then you start again. It's the most important thing is to be persistent.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've been lucky to find a lot of support across a lot of experts, especially in the coaching field, also within psychology, to ensure that we're tailoring the right content, that we have the right research foundation, and the fact that we're trying a really new method with coaching is also quite daring. And we're really grateful that we had the openness and trust from our collaborators to help us get to this first stage of the product. And from now on, we'll see how the schools respond to the actual product and take it from there and improve.
Well, fantastic. Congrats. Well done. And yeah, and all the best for the future, and looking forward to positive news, perhaps.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Anything coming up. Yeah, exactly. And now the last presenter for from the EUvsVirus running team is Fabio from Team Robin. Hi. Hi. So there you go. You can start. Thank you very much for coming. Okay, perfect. Let you take the floor.
You see the screen, huh?
Yeah, or more the screen. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can see it.
So first of all, thanks a lot, Evan and Ollie and the whole European community, especially the EUvsVirus community. So talking about Robin and what we have done during the hackathon, what Robin is so basically the idea of Robin is starting from, we were actually in the domain of the business continuity, and the challenge was the one for stay close to your customer, and especially looking at the local shops, which is obviously going in the direction of the sustainability. And you know, what we had even before the hackathon, we had in mind, you know, how can we help? An idea that was, you know, how can we help the local shops, you know, the bookshops or food shops to battle against the big, you know, the giants, the big players, you know, Amazon, Google, and all this kind of very large companies, to fight, you know, the competition and to stay and to survive, basically. And the idea was to come up with, you know, a digitalization platform that will help, you know, there's small shops, there's local shops, you know, to have a digital presence and to still, you know, get an higher visibility. So starting from this, you know, we built it up, basically a platform that is based on two different components. One is the merchant, so the local shop partner portal, which is basically a platform that will allow the shops to generate campaigns and therefore promote their goods. Basically, the campaigns that are generated, they will be received by the second component of the project, that is an app that I will show you later. And the solution is the campaign will reach the users with the app either by the proximity engine and based on the liking stats, you know, the user of the app, the customer using the app have set it up, or by a search, a dedicated search that, you know, the people going around will do for the determined, based on the determined likings and based on the determined goods. And what you see here is basically part of the partner portal that will be offered completely for free to the merchants, to the shops. So here you see all the campaigns that have been created for the specific user. And so here is how they can basically generate campaigns. One of the features that will be provided and was basically introduced during the hackathon and during the matchathon is the possibility, I mean, you know, due to the COVID-19, you know, since the shops were closed and people were in lockdown, nobody was able to go out. What we introduced during the hackathon was the possibility for a specific promotion to be delivered at home. So you would basically search for a promotion and eventually, you know, book it and ask for the specific goods to be delivered at home. In order to manage all the promotions that are booked from the different users, we have built up a calendar for the merchant. So what the merchant will have, it's a calendar that's where you can see, you know, what needs to be delivered and where, and whether it is, you know, will be picked up, you know, on the local store or will have to be delivered at home. The calendar itself, you know, does not only work in, you know, directly through the mobile app, but can also be used by the merchant to insert new booking. So for example, thinking about an hairdresser, you know, I can book my haircut from the mobile app, or I can call and reserve an appointment, just to give an example. So another feature that the merchants will have, it's the possibility to build up a loyalty program. And, you know, we all know that all the big players, you know, all the big chains, they usually have loyalty program. You accumulate points, and then, you know, you will be able to spend your points with, you know, getting some discounts or getting some goods for free. Through this platform, each shop, you know, no matter how big it is, they will also be able to have a sort of, they will be able to have a loyalty program. And this will be done, you know, by converting a promotion into a real purchase. Last feature that will be available for the merchant is you know, as a cockpit, a reporting tool, where they will be able to see which campaign was the most successful campaign, you know, where, you know, which goods were the, you know, sold the most, and how much they have generated from, you know, from the platform. Looking at the mobile app, you know, the mobile app, it's basically an app that is, as I said, very important. And you know, before the hackathon, the idea was to use purely the proximity engine. So you will set it up, as you can see here, sorry, as you can see here, the user, after installing and registering on the app, can set it up a list of things that he's interested in. So we don't want to spam with promotion people. So you will only receive promotion based on what you like. And if you look on the, here, there is an amount of promotion that you can set it up that you want to be, that you want to receive per day. So basically, by walking on the streets, based on your profile with the likings, you will receive promotions that are, behind the corner, basically. So this will obviously increase the probability that you will buy, and that you will buy something that you like, that you will see, something that eventually, if you will not pass by the street and the window of the local store, you will never maybe see or approach. Thinking about people traveling, I know very well my city, but I don't know the other city, and I don't know where there are the shops, that I might be interested in. Through this app, I will be able to go in shops in any city and look for things that I like. As I said here, you will receive promotion based on proximity, but if you don't want to be tracked by the GPS signal, you can even search for promotion on demand. And again, you are, visiting London. I'm from Rome. I'm in London. I want to search for a specific, Vietnamese restaurant, and I can basically search for the restaurant, and I can search where are the restaurants nearby me. So that's how it can be used. As you see, the mobile application will allow to book, and will allow to set it up, the booking as a pickup on the local store, or you can even ask for the promotion to be delivered on your at home. One thing very important, for every promotion, the mobile user may decide that he's interested, which means he will not buy it straight away, will not book it straight away, but he would rather say, I'm interested, but I will look at it later, okay? Everything you will set it up in, I'm interested, I will look at it later, will go on a dedicated page on the app that is all the things that you are interested in. So it's here, you see there is an interesting page. Something important as well, if you add, the bad experience, with a specific shop from a mobile user perspective, you may decide to ignore this partner. And by doing so, you will not receive any promotion from this merchant anymore. The app will send a push notification to the mobile, the Robin server will send a notification to the mobile app whenever there is a match between the likings that he has set it up, so his profile, and a specific promotion. Now, looking at the potential customers or partners, obviously the ultimate customer of the Robin platform are the local shops. And, from a value proposition perspective, what they will achieve, for sure, they will be online, and they will have a mobile presence. This, from a benefit perspective, this will enable for them to make business online. And obviously the desired experience will be that they will increase their customer base and eventually the revenue. Then we also see another potential customer that is what we call qualified partners. And for us, a qualified partner is a partner that has access to the small, medium enterprise, to the local shops. And I'm thinking about, big telco companies or banks, that the banks, they provide, the infrastructure for the credit card. So for sure, they know the local shop as well as the people. So the two main actors, local shops and mobile app users. So a telco company, they have the same kind of connection with the small, medium enterprises, local shops, and the people, because they are providing the mobile phones and the connection to the phones, to the users, to the mobile app users, as well as they may provide the internet connection to the local stores. So, and from an essence, from what we call the qualified partners, obviously the value proposition is that they will increase their service portfolio, because maybe they don't have this kind of services any longer. Oh, sorry, they never had this kind of services. The benefit, obviously, is that, we will generate an inventory of data that can be used and tailored to make even more specific offer. And obviously, the desired experience is that they will increase the customer base, and of course generate more revenue. You know, from a business model perspective, as I say, you know, from, you know, the Robin, the Robin SME portal, you know, from a pricing perspective, you know, we thought about different kind of possibility. And obviously, the shops, they can pay an annual subscription, or the pricing model can be based on the revenue that they have generated from you know, from the platform, with the platform. Obviously, you know, the Robin mobile application will generate an inventory of data that is extremely important. And the inventory itself is also, you know, something that is an incredible value in order to generate data stream for artificial intelligence and machine learning and predictive analytics. Our go-to-market strategy is basically based on this iteration, on this iterative approach, where, you know, the idea is that we start for free and we keep making partnership. Partnership can be, as I say, qualified partner, but even public administration. You know, we are very happy to help public administration to you know, communicate and support the local shops in the usage of the Robin platform. And obviously, we have a very clear roadmap based on that we need to improve the solution. From an investment readiness level perspective and technical readiness level perspective, we assess ourselves to be at level 8 from an investment readiness level. We still need to finalize the identification and validation of the metrics that matter. And from a technology readiness level, we are level 9, because the solution is deployed in real world. And thanks to the, you know, thanks to the hackathon, basically we got $5,000 credit from Amazon, and we are using those credits to run the platform. The platform is live. You know, you can download the apps from the iOS store or the Google Play Store, and the partner portal is also online. That's the team, and you know, we are all. I am an entrepreneur. I'm on the business since almost 20 years, and we are a pretty technical team with some support, some guys with some sales experience. And we have decided that we need the support of a lawyer, because obviously it is quite important to cover such an aspect. And therefore, we even have a lawyer that is very experienced in the IT legal aspects. Last but not least, you know, we have as I said, we have a very specific, very clear roadmap on what we want to do. And you know, we are live since this month, basically. And you know, we are planning to you know, come up with a big data model in December 2020 to enhance the loyalty program, to enhance the SME portal, to make it more specific depending on the kind of the specific area where the merchant is working. And we want to enable the app to, we want to make the app to be able to do direct payment from the app. And we want to start to, you know, June 2021, we would like to start to integrate with some coupon systems that are already available. And that's it.
Great. Thank you, Fabio, for your presentation and for sharing your startup's journey. Since you're the last one, the last speaker for tonight, before we move into a get-together session at the Yo Tribe, I was wondering what would be also your key takeaway? What have you experienced out of it?
There are a couple of things. And you know, the first thing is, you know, what was happening during the hackathon. You know, we got to know about the hackathon basically 4 days before the hackathon was supposed to start. And, me and the rest of the guys, we started to discuss, shall we try, shall we not try? We had zero experience with hackathon. So it was the really first hackathon of our life. And, until Saturday morning, we were of the opinion now we should not do it. It's going to be a nightmare because then we need to work over the night. But then, at some point, at noon on Saturday, we decided, let's do it. And we were all very determined to do it. And therefore, one of the takeaway is, and we basically worked for, 36 hours in a row to come up with the video, to come up, with the demo presentation. So one of the key takeaways really, when it is amazing what you can do in such a small amount of time, if you are extremely focused on what you need to do. And that's the first takeaway coming from the hackathon. The second thing, it's really going into one of the goal of the challenge that I was attending. It was about digitalization. And the digitalization, the importance of digitalization was so evident during the hackathon and during the matchathon, because, we were, probably in every country, there was someone taking part of the matchathon or the hackathon. And this was obviously possible because, we were using this digital infrastructure based on, Zoom, based on Slack, based on Converge. So basically the digital world really gave such, a boost to an event that was so spread in the world. So for me, really, digitalization is something that, especially during the COVID, and especially taking into account that chances that there will be another lockdown are very high. There are some countries, UK, France, maybe Spain, that there are some areas where they're already doing the lockdown again. So digitalization is definitely something that can help very effectively. So that's the second takeaway.
Thank you. So, hi, Dolly. Hi.
Hello again, Elena. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Yes. So it's been really good to see the progress of the teams. What do you think?
Absolutely. It's extremely impressive how much you can get done in such a short amount of time. Like, I know that working on a startup, it's kind of like cycling. You just don't feel that you're actually making any progress, but in actual fact, seeing it from our end, you have actually worked really hard to get where you are now. So persevere and keep going, because we are behind you. We're going to back you up.
Exactly. Perseverance and keep going. So let's have a little get together. I just shared a link, not the first one. The second one is the correct one, the wonder.me. Let's go and continue the conversation offline. Whoever wants to come and meet potentially the winners of the EUvsVirus, any of the new hackers that they want to share anything with or ask anything from the EUvsVirus winners, or ask me and Dolly, come and meet us at wonder.me. The new Yo Tribe actually is just rebranded. And till then, let's finish our session. And we are meeting again in 2 weeks.
Always, every 2 weeks. So follow us on Facebook. Keep an eye on our posts, because we have meetings like that every 2 weeks. And if you've got any queries about EUvsVirus, EIC, we're here to help.
Exactly. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good day.